I found something on my wife's laptop that I shouldn't have. When I showed it to her mom, she told me to immediately call the cops on her daughter. My wife, Courtney's been a flight attendant for 8 years. When we met, I thought it was romantic. She'd bring me back little souvenirs from different cities. A keychain from Miami, coffee from Seattle, stupid stuff that made me feel loved. I got used to her being gone 3, sometimes 4 days a week. She'd text me from layovers, FaceTime before bed, and come home exhausted but happy. Our routine worked. I trusted her completely. But about 6 months ago, something shifted. The texts got shorter. The FaceTime calls stopped. She'd come home and go straight to bed without even hugging me. When I'd ask about her trips, she'd give one-word answers. I thought maybe she was just burned out. Then I noticed the laptop thing. Courtney always left it on the living room desk, but suddenly she started taking it everywhere. To the bathroom, to the bedroom, even locked it in her car overnight. Last Tuesday, she was rushing out for a 3-day Seattle route. She kissed my cheek, the first time in weeks, and ran out. 10 minutes later, there it was. Her laptop, sitting on the counter, still open. I told myself not to look. I made coffee. I did the dishes. After 4 hours of fighting with myself, I sat down and pulled it toward me. The screen was unlocked. Her Photos app was open. I started scrolling, expecting pictures from her trips. Instead, I saw hundreds of photos of our house, the living room from different angles, close-ups of our TV, my watch collection, our kitchen appliances, time-stamped over 3 months. My hands started shaking. I opened her documents folder. There was a spreadsheet titled Inventory. Every single valuable thing we owned was listed. My Rolex my dad gave me before he died. Estimated value, $8,000. Our 75-inch TV, $200. My father's coin collection he spent 30 years building, $15,000. Next to each item was a date and a selling price. I felt sick, but I kept looking. There was a folder labeled New Place. Pictures of a condo I'd never seen. A modern place downtown with floor-to-ceiling windows. Lease agreements with her signature. Bank statements showing transfers from our joint account for months. $20,000. Gone. Money I thought we were saving for a house. Then I found the messages folder. A conversation with someone named Aaron. 6 months of messages. Flirting. Then planning. Then pictures of her in that condo. In his bed. But the worst part was a message from 2 weeks ago. Courtney had written, "He's going on that fishing trip with his brother next month. That's when we do it. 3 days to get everything out. He'll come home to an empty house and divorce papers." Aaron responded, "What about his dad's coin collection, Courtney? Already have a buyer lined up. That alone will cover our first 6 months of rent." I couldn't breathe. Then I saw another detail. Courtney hadn't been a flight attendant for 6 months. She'd quit. Every trip was her staying at Aaron's place, planning this, living a completely different life. I called her mom. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely hold my phone. "What's wrong?" she asked immediately. I sent her the screenshots. All of them. The inventory. The condo. The messages. I listened to her breathing get heavier as she looked through each one. She went silent for a full minute. Then she said, her voice cracking, "Call the police right now. That's not the daughter I raised. That's a thief." I called 911. They told me this wasn't just a marital dispute. This was premeditated theft and fraud. They'd send officers immediately, and I shouldn't confront her alone. Courtney came home that night at 8 p.m. like nothing was wrong. She walked in with her rolling suitcase, wearing her flight attendant uniform that she kept just for show. She was actually smiling. She walked into our living room and froze. 3 police officers. Her mother sitting on our couch crying, and me standing there with her laptop open. She didn't look scared. She didn't look guilty. She just looked annoyed, like we'd inconvenienced her. "Are you kidding me?" she said. "You went through my laptop?" Her mom stood up. "Courtney Elizabeth, what the hell have you done?" The cops arrested her right there. Fraud, theft, conspiracy. As they put her in handcuffs, she finally looked at me. "You were never supposed to find out this way," she said coldly. "I'm filing for divorce. Her mom's been helping me document everything." Turns out I wasn't the first person Courtney had done this to.